Thank you very much. What a wonderful evening. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of my 1981 teammates and coaches, I would like to first congratulate our fellow inductees here tonight and thank the William Jewell College Hall of Fame Committee for honoring us here. We are certainly humbled by that. The coaching staff, when we played, had a few rules. One of those rules was talk up your opponent, talk about your teammates, and don't talk about yourself. Well, tonight I'm going to honor that rule by talking about my teammates, the seniors who led the effort, and the coaches of the extraordinary 1981 team. I'm also going to break that rule a little bit by talking about our opponents, but only in the context of how we consistently dominated them. In order to understand the 1981 team and our success, you have to first understand where we began as freshmen in the 1978 season. We were under new head coach, Stan McGarvey, and a new coaching staff. We had a good team with leaders like Craig Puckett, Mark Capra, Jack Stacy, and Dennis Williams, and we won more games than we lost, but we ended up having to forfeit a couple of those games due to some ineligible players. It was a tough start, 4-6 as freshmen, but we knew even then that something special was about to happen. If you remember back in the late 70s and early 80s, there was a grove of pine trees in the north end of Green Stadium. I don't know if you remember that or not. We would enter through those trees, 100 strong in our red jerseys, and you would never hear a sound. It was completely quiet. It was something that we referred to as the silence before the storm. Starting in 1979 as sophomores, the Red Rage, as we were known back then, unleashed a storm on small college football that wreaked havoc in towns like Atchison, Kansas, Baldwin City, Kansas, and Marshall, Missouri, just to name three. We attacked the opponent from the opening whistle, from the opening kickoff until the final whistle. We came to play. As sophomores, we finished 9-2 in 1979, which included a Heart of America Athletic Conference co-championship and an appearance in the Wheeler Shrine Bowl against Missouri Western. That Heart of America Athletic Conference championship will be the first of 3 consecutive HAAC championships, 1979, 1980, and 1981, that we would win. The 1980 squad as juniors, because of the leadership of players like Steve Spencer, Bruce Hill, Pat Burke, Chris Choice, and David Cunningham, to mention a few, did even better, finishing 11-1-1. We won the conference championship, defeated number 1 ranked Baker in the quarterfinals of the national championship after tying them in the regular season. And we reached the semifinal round of the NAI national playoffs, where we sustained our only loss of the year to Wilmington of Ohio. Coach McGarvey received 3 Coach of the Year awards in 1980, the Heart of America Athletic Conference Coach of the Year, the NAIA Division II District 16 Coach of the Year, and the ultimate honor, the NAIA Division II National Coach of the Year. The 1981 team, our senior year under new head coach Vic Wallace, a great coaching staff and senior leadership from guys like Marty Hensley, Dwight Fay, Mike McGill, Wendell McGill, Wayne Schmidt, and Vic DeVolt, and the great play of underclassmen like Steve Mattingly, Kelly Groom, Tim Johnson, Mike Newman, Doug Switzer, Dave Armstrong, Paul Taylor, Steve Hodges, and Mark Mendel, again, just to name a few, improved even more to an undefeated regular season of 10-0. We went on to defeat number 1 ranked and defending national champion Pacific Lutheran in the quarterfinals of the national championship before sustaining our only loss of the season to Austin College in Sherman, Texas, and ended the year with an overall record of 11-1, a .917 winning percentage. Coach Wallace received the Heart of America Athletic Conference Coach of the Year honors that year. I remember something Coach McGarvey, when I was a freshman and sophomore, always used to say before practice. He'd say, "Guys, it's a great day to get better." Well, Coach, we got better every year. In fact, we're the only football team in William Jewell Cardinal history whose seniors improved their regular season and overall winning percentage in each of the 4 years we played. 400, 818, 885, and 917. An overall 4-year regular season record, 78 to 81, of 33 wins, 7 losses. Remember, 6 of those came as freshmen. 1 tie for an 817 winning percentage. Ladies and gentlemen, the 1981 team certainly deserves to be inducted into the William Jewell College Hall of Fame and is, in my very humble opinion, overall the best football team to ever take the field at William Jewell College. In what was part of what Dr. Norris Patterson called William Jewell's finest hour, the football teams from 1979 to 1983. Think about what the seniors in the 1981 team accomplished in addition to what I've already mentioned. 2 back-to-back undefeated regular seasons as juniors and seniors, 10-0-1 as juniors and 10-0 as seniors. That's something that's never been accomplished before or since. And we dominated. We outscored our opponents 353 to 126. That's an average winning margin of almost 19 points. It's 7th overall in William Jewell history and is second only to the 1950 football team that's currently in the Hall of Fame. And is, I think, first on the list since any team since the 1960s. On that team, we had 17 Heart of America Athletic Conference honors, 22 District 16 honors, 2 NAIA All-Americans, 2 Associated Press Little All-Americans, 1 Kodak All-American, and those combined honors are second only to the 1982 team in the entire history of William Jewell College football. How and why did we accomplish those things? Well, the football field is where I, as well as many of my teammates, first learned the difference between can do and will do. You see, there were a lot of opposing teams that year that probably had more talented people than we did skill-wise, but they could never come close to the desire and the passion we had for winning. Those attributes are part of the fabric of who we were as a team. We had a winning character, and honestly, we just didn't want to let each other down as teammates. You knew how well the coaches had prepared you, and that every time you took the field that the guy playing next to you was going to give his very best. He was going to give his all. I often think that people sometimes ask the wrong question of athletes. They ask athletes, do you want to win? Well, of course you want to win. The crowd is cheering, the band's playing, your friends and family are watching in the stands. Of course you want to win, but that's the wrong question. The more important question is, can you live with losing? Can you live with mediocrity? Can you live with defeat? And the simple answer for the 1981 team was no, actually we can't. And that's why we accomplished what we did. On behalf of my teammates, I also want to thank the coaches who we had the pleasure to play for. Stan McGarvey, Vic Wallace, Roger LeBeth, Dan Griggs, Bert Cooper, Jim Nelson, Darryl Gorley, Dan Carter, and others. We couldn't have accomplished what we did without their commitment to excellence and patience. They treated us as if we were their own sons and made us believe that we could accomplish any goal that we set our minds to. Every day they exposed us to an unwavering enthusiasm and encouraged us to just get better. Their commitment, the way they treated us, their belief in us was what made us all want to get better, and we really just, again, did not want to disappoint them or our teammates. We obviously would not be honored here tonight without their commitment. And I would also be remiss if I did not talk about the one constant during that 4-year period of time, Roger LeBeth. Through 2 head coaches, 3 defensive coordinators, and numerous other assistant coaches, Roger was there for us with a lot of tobacco in his mouth and his hat turned around backwards. He was the father, he was our father away from home, and he was the father of our football family. Whether it was greeting you in the Mabee Center with his trademark, "How you doing, Wendell? I was just thinking about you," or admonishing you for a mistake you made in the game, "Doggone you, Ainsworth." Or you were just sitting on that ugly plaid couch in his office talking about life in general, Roger was there for us. He and his wife Susie opened their home to us every Thursday night for dinner. Imagine that. Roger taught us not only how to be better football players, but ultimately how to be better men, and we thank you, Coach, for that. In closing, and on behalf of my teammates and coaches, I want to again thank William Jewell for this incredible honor. We are humbled and thankful. I grew up actually watching the Kansas City A's. That tells you a little bit how old I am, but I also grew up really watching and supporting the Royals. I actually worked for Marion Laboratories for a while, and there was a common thread there with you and Marion Kaufman. So forgive me a little bit for this. But on Mickey Mantle's monument in Yankee Stadium is written a very simple phrase, and the phrase is, a great teammate. We won those 11 games in 1981 because we had many great teammates and coaches. You played hurt, you ran faster, you hit harder, because you never wanted to let your teammates down. We wanted to win, but even more so, we just could not live with losing. Thank you.